Guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. The big, the bad, the ugly that we were not wanting to see coming out of NRG today. Yes, the press release is finally here. We finally know what's going on over at the NRG camp, and unfortunate news, but not necessarily all bad, because I think this is only going to help the future as more people finally speak up and step out. We've got a lot of roster drama, roster updates, and a lot of news in today's video regarding the ALGS. So if you guys want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends esports related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and dive into this one. First thing I wanted to make mention of, Rambeau is returning back into ALGS. We saw this. I actually quoted someone the other day because Rambeau had spoke on stream that he will be playing in the Pro League next year for year 4. Now, which team is he going to be playing for? Not exactly sure. However, I know information. I just can't say it yet. There is a big top tier 1 team that Rambeau was supposed to be playing for last year, and that decided to not go through because that team didn't do too good. I don't know if it's going to all come together now. I don't know. I'll let you speculate who that is. Once it becomes public, then of course I'm a little bit more apt to share it. But anyways, we have some other rosters that are looking at making changes as well. So we also got news coming from Keon that Keon is going to be looking for a team as well. This is kind of ironic because Rambeau and Keon used to team together on the guard. Of course, RKN decided to part ways, going with a new roster with Sentinels, and now Keon and Rambeau are looking at both for a new team in this upcoming year 4. Both of these guys are going to be good, and I think they could be good additions to any North American Pro League roster. We'll just have to wait and see which squad it's going to be, and I have one squad for sure that we know it is now not going to be, as it seems like the big news is here. So thank you to Ooga Booga for tagging me in this yesterday. We did see from Sweet's live stream yesterday that they were going to be announcing a big update in the Apex Legends scene. If you haven't seen already, just minutes ago, Sweet Dreams has released the information that NRG will be leaving Apex Legends. Now, as unfortunate as this is, I do want to talk about why it could be a good thing. I do want to make mention that normally when this happens, the entire roster disbands. Now, I want to discuss why this may not all be bad news, because yes, it does put pressure on EA. When you have a big powerhouse North American organization leave, and on top of that, you've had Cloud9, you've had Liquid, you have had SSG, you've had many of these really big rosters, G2 as well, that have left and not come back, and they have blamed publicly EA for not helping out the scene. NRG is one of those that could push it over the edge, where EA realizes, oh gosh, we got to do something if we're gonna like keep this together. TSM, I'm sure, is frustrated as well. They've actually voiced their frustrations with EA and their unwillingness to work together with a revenue share. Now, basically, Sweet did say they're not going to be teaming together more than likely. Guild, Nate, basically they can team together. It's possible, but they've pretty much flat out said we want to keep our options open. We may all go separate ways, including Sven and Shiny. So it seems like the unfortunate news is that NRG will completely disband and completely move on to complete new rosters and complete new organizations. Also, you may have saw from my tweet earlier today, and unfortunate, this is a rumor, I will say, but it is not actually guaranteed that NRG will be the last one to leave. I have heard that there are some other organizations leaving as well, so stay tuned, obviously, with that notification bell on so that you can stay up to date as the future of Apex esports declines. No, unfortunate, and the end of an era, of course, coming from the NRG state, because it was one of the bigger rosters, if not the second biggest in all of Apex Legends esports, and you hate to see it, but I think it could have some fruit at the end of this. If you guys have not seen Sweet Dreams explaining the situation entirely, here it is. Roll the clip.
Hey, what up, everybody? To save you guys a little bit of time, I'm going to give you a little audiobook here of the little write-up I made. NRG is leaving Apex Legends. To many of you, this may come as a surprise, but to the team of people inside of NRG, this has been a long time coming. NRG began scaling back their Apex interests when they parted ways with the majority of their content creators earlier this year. Along with that, NRG also did not have a merch booth at any of the LANs and seemingly was not very interested in the esport, unfortunately. EA is mostly to blame here, considering the orgs and EA never reached an agreement about a revenue share, and as much as Apex seems like it's doing great during LAN time, there are some foundational issues that limit the esport from growing any further. Legacy orgs such as G2, Liquid, Cloud9, and now NRG have made the same decision. Coupled the underlying issues with EA with our less than ideal tournament performance, it was a decision we came to with NRG that had no bad blood and was honestly a sigh of relief. On a personal note, having the opportunity to be such Guys, I don't want to have to redo it. I'm just going to keep talking. Okay. Having the opportunity to be on such a well-rounded and professional organization for 3 years, I would like to extend the utmost thanks to everybody who gave myself and my teammates this amazing opportunity. Our tenure was not without success, as we produced 774,000 in tournament winnings, countless wins, and brought together one of the biggest communities of fans inside of Apex. A special shout out to Jamie, Bike Age, is in order, as he is without a doubt been the best manager and player forward operator in esports I've come across. Thanks for everything, Jamie. Looking forward, I would be lying if I said I wasn't extremely excited. All three of us, and Sven and Shiny, will continue to play and coach in ALGS Year 4 in some capacity. However, not all together. We've come to the conclusion that we will change the team in some way, and I think it's best for everyone that we change something up, and now's the time to do it when everyone is at the top of their game and hungry to play. I've personally been approached by multiple teams, but also have the option to play with Nate or Gale if the stars align. What I've told the boys is that we should all keep our options open and see what happens, and go from there. Above all else, the most important thing to me is that every member of NRG finds a new home and team to play with, even if it's not together. Lastly, no words can describe the appreciation and admiration I have for the NRG fans and the community we have built over the last few years. It is without a doubt my most prized accomplishment in my long esports career. I'm excited to continue playing Apex at a high level and hope you continue to support the boys and I in some capacity. NRG leaving Apex is without a doubt a sad moment for the esport, as it may foreshadow further issues, but I'm excited to find a new place to call home and work to build up this game to live up to its true potential. On behalf of Nathan, Guild, Rocker, Sven, Shiny, and myself, I would like to say a wholehearted thank you for choosing to support us. More news to come. Thank you guys for everything.
So shortly after this was announced, of course, everybody got really sad on Twitter, you know, the end of an era and all that. It's kind of like a death in the esport, honestly. And like I said earlier, it could really add some pressure because you don't just have these orgs leaving and just going silent. All of them, SSG, Cloud9, Liquid, NRG, you know, they've literally all come out and specifically said, yes, we left because EA doesn't help. We left because EA is a pain to work with. We left because the esport is not going to have longevity if they don't actually start supporting us. And I'm not saying it would be a good thing, but I can see good coming out of it if other orgs followed, like 100 Thieves and all these other ones, Optic Gaming, if they basically all called out at the same time. I mean, I feel like, you know, the league ops manager, Zach Conley, and all their other guys that they have that work with the pros directly, they're eventually going to have to approach EA as Respawn developers, as Respawn employees, and say, look, EA, we got to do something, because I understand you don't want to, you know, lose this business negotiation, whatever, but it is going to die like this. These guys are leaving, man. These guys are moving on, and it's not going to do well. EA might just look them in the face and say, well, screw them and who cares, we want the most money. And I would not be surprised, but at the same time, if they know what's best for their game, I think they would step up and do something. But we'll just have to wait and see. Unfortunate stuff to see coming from NRG to completely leave. Now, don't forget, this is not the end of roster mania. The news that I said that I knew that I couldn't share was not this. Okay, I was like kind of aware that something was happening with NRG yesterday, but I was not aware that the entire organization was going to be leaving. But there is another organization, like I said at the beginning of the video, more of a top tier organization as well, that a lot of people know, and we'll see how that cookie crumbles, because it's not necessarily sad, it's more so of disappointing. It's drama, and it's kind of, you know, scummy. It's like reality TV. It's pretty bad. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that and when they decide to announce what's going on over at that camp, because it is some weird stuff. Also wanted to mention Profit over here from Native is looking for one with, yeah, so Native, obviously Pro League last year, they have decided to make some changes as well. Profit is moving on and he's playing with Yaz, and they're looking for one as well. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the organization, like as far as who's going to get them the team, like, because not all of those guys have left the organizations, like they're just playing for different teams. So little weird right now. I don't know. Anyways, also wanted to mention that Taxi is looking for a team for ALGS Year 4. I don't know who would want to play with this guy, honestly. You know, no offense, I'm not trying to hate. I mean, obviously everybody in the world has been blocked. You can see I can't even see the post because you know, I got blocked for literally taking his side. This is how weird it can be sometimes. But you know, the scenario that happened with Noko, where, you know, Taxi left Noko's team in the middle of a tournament, and I said, after watching that video, I understand the frustrations, man. Like, I totally get it. I wouldn't want to play either. But, you know, you just kind of, you can never leave in the middle of a tournament. That's just so scummy to do that. I was like, so I just wouldn't have done that. And of course, everybody that said anything remotely close got blocked. And people were tagging Noko in on this. Like, yo, Noko, he's looking for a team. Just horrible stuff. But interested to see what you guys have to say about all the roster drama down in the comment section below. What roster do you think is going to make a change upcoming? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. It's Viber Night, only positivity. Until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.